Welcome to another episode of Bourbon with the Editor. I'm Dennis Spaeth, Cutting Tool Engineering, and we're joined with our special guest today from Vargus. We have Joe McGee, or Joe Vargus, however you want to say it, and Ed Tichelaar, an application engineer from Michigan. And we've got a lot that they want to discuss today, and we're going to get to that in a minute. But first, I want to just introduce our bourbon. It's called Presidential Dram, and it is a unique bourbon it's a limited edition. It comes out every 4 years to coincide with presidential election. It's aged 4 years for one term, unless the president is going for 2 terms, and then it's aged for 8 years, 2 terms. I thought that was kind of an appropriate bourbon to share with everyone for this episode.
So would that be a 404 for Trump?
I don't know. But I do know this. No matter how much you drink, you won't be impeached, okay? So drink up. The Presidential Dram is a collection from Proof and Wood. They have this DC limited edition collection that they
Is that a
offer.
Kentucky distiller?
No, it's actually, it's distilled in Indiana, the former Seagram's distillery.
Okay.
Yeah, so we've got our bourbon poured. I want to just say cheers and welcome to everyone, and let's take our sips.
There you go.
I should mention that I'm switching and using ice. I like my bourbon neat generally, but I got to keep my wits about me some degree.
Yep.
And this is 100 and let's see again. Yeah, almost 120 proof. It is a very good bourbon. Will just make us a little bit more intelligent as the night goes on here.
Right.
So with that.
Well, thank you for having us, Dennis.
Sure.
And Vargus we want to talk about 2024, the year-end review of what we did on our podcast. So we got Ed from Michigan, as Dennis said. We're going to talk with Ed and see how Vargus tools helped his customers and other customers across the country. And we'll go over what we covered in our past 5 or 6 podcasts. So Ed, it's up to you. Let you go. You want to start talking about the Mach TT. That's our new grade. It has a new coating, a new grind, a whole new design. And how did it help your customer?
So the Mach TT, typically when I introduce the Mach TT to a customer, I always highlight the Vargus Genius, because the Vargus Genius can help out with speeds and feeds, because it's drastically different than a normal lay-down threading insert. A lot of the times you will find, and you will see this in our test reports, where the customer originally will have 10 passes. In this case, we did a 1-inch 12 UN, and we went from 10 passes to 5. Adjusted the speeds and feeds, and we can output twice the number of parts.
So how did you pick out the 5 passes?
I entered the information for the thread that the customer is looking for through the Vargus Genius, and that helps choose the speeds and feeds to run.
So the customer's really happy with this one.
Absolutely, extremely happy.
Okay. So, and then we wanted to talk about our Mach thread mill now. It's the same advantages with a new grade, a new coating, a new grind, and a stronger, stiffer core.
Yes.
With extra flute.
Yep.
So it really helps us with a faster feed rate, quicker in and out of the hole, makes a faster cycle time.
Yeah, so the Mach TM it has been a great tool for us in Michigan and all across the United States. A lot of the times when I get a threading request for a thread mill, I type it through the Vargus Genius to see if the application warrants going to the Mach TM. In a lot of cases, it's similar to the Mach laydown threading, where you can reduce the number of passes by half and then speed it up. So the Vargus Genius is always lends a hand to help with that.
That's great. We will field some questions at the end of this. We're going to go over some
Yeah.
of this. Then we'll have the questions that's coming in. We'll cover them. And then
Depending
yeah, depending.
on how much you drink.
Okay. So our next item that we want to talk about is the VG cut. Our VG cut is our parting and cutoff system, grooving system that Vargus offers. Stable cutting pocket. We've got CVD and PVD coatings in 3 different grades and 4 different chip breakers. So this next one was a really big customer approval job that worked for you. So let us know what you think about the VG cut.
Yeah, so the VG cut was a huge success. This is one of the tests where the customer, they want to try something new. It's a plug-and-play application where we don't really necessarily change the tool path. We just implement our tool. So in this case, it's a stainless steel application, same parameters as the competitor, but we were able to increase tool life by 33 parts. Huge improvement over the old tool.
So was it just cycle time, basically?
It was, well, the cycle time stayed the same. It was just the power output because it was a plug-and-play application.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, so really easy.
So the new grades and the new grind really helped in tool life.
In tool life, yes.
Yes, that's great. So the next item that we wanted to bring out is the ST cut. That is our quick change tooling for Swiss machines and smaller lathes. Also, it has a rigid, strong pocket. So let us give you your opinion on the ST cut from Vargus.
Yeah, so the ST cut is unique for the Swiss application. It has a double-sided screw to hold the insert, and it's a self-holding insert or a self-holding system. A lot of the times the Swiss machine is very small. It's very compact, and you can't like climb into the machine and hold the insert and the screw. Our engineers at Vargus designed the pocket where you can unloosen the screw from either side. It's a double-sided screw, and the insert will stay in place. You can use one hand, you unscrew it, you lift the insert off, you can put a new insert on it, and without holding it, you can screw it back down.
I hear there's a lot of inserts dropped in a chip pan from people with fat hands trying to change those inserts. With this one-sided, you use one hand, that insert sets on a dovetail and a hook in there, and it's really easy to change it without losing insert.
That is correct, yes.
So, all right. Another item that we have out is the broaching. Now, that's a new product for us. It's something that kind of extends our offering. That's what we're coming up with at Vargus. We're extending more than threading. We're more than just a threading company anymore. We have VG cut, we have the ST cut, now we have the broaching. And you've ran a pretty good test just here lately with your broaching insert.
Yeah, so I had a steel application, and it was a 6mm hex, and we were creating a broach. So the customer, they were doing the broaching offline. So a secondary operation, another machine, another individual running the part. So our broaching tool was able to run in the sub on the Swiss. With the first go around was 33 seconds. We adjusted speeds and feeds and got it down to 15 seconds. So well below what they needed to run to wait for the main spindle. And then the key feature of this is it was a complete part when it left the Swiss.
How fast did you feed that insert?
So we started out at 78 inches a minute at 1,500 chip load, increased it to a 3,000 chip load to increase the throughput.
What type of machine was this one?
It was a Swiss.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So I know this is near and dear to your heart, whirling. You're one of our leaders in whirling applications. That's our next product we want to talk about. I know we offer a variety of different pitches, HA, HB, HC and D, ISO, UN, and partial. With a new turning insert now is available. This line is expanding all the time.
It is.
Many tests out there being ran at the moment.
Yeah, we have a bunch of tests and a lot of great new offerings in their Swiss line. A lot of the times, the Swiss in the whirling applications, it's a very difficult process. So the Vargus Genius helps with the tool pathing and speeds and feeds. Without the Vargus Genius, there's the driven tool angle, there's the chip load and degrees per minute. So there's a lot going on with the whirling.
Yeah, I think whirling sounds like a very complicated job, but it's very, very rewarding. I'd say we mostly probably need some help with a Genius. Get a print, get your Vargus engineer, and we'll help you go through that. That's I kind of recommend. It's a very interesting process, a way of turning long threads
Yes.
that without any push off. And multiple starts we can do?
Yeah. So we can do starts that fit within the 8 millimeter window. We have a standard 4 millimeter insert, and then we just added the 8 millimeter wide. So if you have any type of pitch that can cover within an 8 millimeter, we can cover your needs.
Nice. How about the different threads in the same whirling head?
Yes, in some instances, if you're doing, as long as it fits the whirling ring, so we have a 6 millimeter and a 12 millimeter ID ring. If you have different pitches in different diameters, you possibly can do 2 different threads with one whirling ring. Yes.
Sure. Sounds like a big opportunity out there. So if anybody wants to do whirling or needs more information about whirling, Ed's the one you need to call.
Absolutely.
So, now we want to talk about TMDR. It's one of our tools that's been around for a few years. Great success stories out there. It's our tool that will drill, thread, and chamfer all in one, reducing the number of tools it takes to make a threaded hole. So what was your application?
So I had a very unique application. The base material was aluminum, and then we had another material, 4140, and they wanted to thread on the intersection of those two materials. In the past, they had ran a drill and then a tap, and it was a very random tool breakage, five holes, 10 holes, and they never knew it. Either the drill would wander, the tap would break, or the drill would break. So I brought in the TMDR for a solution. The customer was a little hesitant at first, but we ran the test. The customer reported back that they ended up getting over 2,000 holes on one tool.
That's very good. What did you program it to, the aluminum or to the 4140?
In that case, I programmed for the 4140. It's a more difficult material. Not terrible, but definitely more difficult than aluminum. So we use the Vargus Genius to output the code, and we also use the Vargus Genius to add the chamfer to the hole for the customer.
Well, it sounds like some really good applications for our tools. Dennis, did you get any questions you wanted to go through here?
Yeah, I think we have a few questions. Those you have high pressure tool holders for the TT?
Yes, we offer high pressure through holder coolant for the Mach TT. Yep, absolutely.
And then our high pressure coolant has dual ports on the top and bottom.
Yep.
With the threading insert.
Yep, and yes, so the coolant is getting where it needs to be to cool the insert. Absolutely.
And that's good. If you can keep the tip of the insert cool, you can get better tool life, better control of the size and everything.
Yep, and with the coolant, it also helps control chips as well.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Hey, can you run aluminum with Mach TM?
Absolutely. Well, I've had some fantastic tests with the Mach TM in aluminum. In a lot of cases, we can thread mill a hole faster than you can tap it.
And a lot of times in a Mach TM, the way it's built, we feed it so fast, it keeps the aluminum chips from welding to the cutting edge. It gets the heat into the chips, get it out of the hole. So it's a very good tool for a wide range of materials.
He hasn't even had a sip.
I think I'm done for the night, Eric. Keep this up.
It is strong. Yeah, it is.
So, yeah, it works very good in aluminum and all the other materials.
Yep.
It's the way it is redesigned makes it very efficient. Any more questions?
Do you offer inch widths for a VG cut?
At this time, we do not. No.
Okay.
We have the 2, 3, 4, and 6 millimeter at this time.
Yep.
So it's something that will be down the future, but right now that's what we offer. And we offer 3 different grades and 4 different chip breakers.
Does it come in left hand, right hand,
You can get left hand, right hand, or a neutral cut for your parting tools.
middle hand? Is that
That's kind of a
Center
middle
cut,
hand.
yeah. And we offer threading inserts for the VG cut as well.
It's a very universal tool. It goes back to our point where we're expanding out. We're not just a threading company anymore. You know, we got the grooving, we got the whirling, the broaching. We have other new products coming out. So it's a pretty interesting time here at Vargus right now.
So, how does the quick change work on the ST cut?
So the quick change on that ST cut was designed with the idea that you can use one hand. It's a dovetail on the insert, on the holder. We have a double-sided screw. You can access that screw from both sides. The idea is a Swiss is very small. It's really hard to get 2 hands in there. So the engineers back at Vargus designed it so you can change the insert one-handed.
Most tools in Swiss, you have to take the set screw out, take the whole tool out, or the head of the tool out, replace the insert, then put it back together.
How much time would we be talking about?
I think we could probably change ours in 5 to 7 seconds, and then most of the other people, it's going to be 25 or 30 seconds minimum if you're really good at it.
Can you cut heat-resistant materials with this?
With some applications, yes. Yep, absolutely. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that'll help you with that little.
Yes.
I got a cough.
Yes.
Can you get special broaching tools?
Yes. If you have an application where you would like us to take a look, we would need a print. Contact your local application engineer from Vargus, and we would put it in for a special. Absolutely.
We have a special system called CMS, Custom Made Solutions, that goes into our network, and then the engineers will work on it, get you back a proposal as quick as possible so we can get something back to you and see if we can help you with your specials. We do a lot of specials. Ed probably does 3 to 4 a week specials.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Most of our guys are that many, maybe more. So very, very good at making specials. We got a lot of years of engineering experience in our engineering team.
Does Vargus help with programming with thread whirling?
Yeah, so back to the Vargus Genius, there is an app or a segment of the Vargus Genius that is specifically for whirling. You need to print a couple of minutes. The first time you go through it, it's a little cumbersome because you don't know all the answers, but if you contact your Vargus engineer like myself, I can...
Let me interrupt. When you say when you first go through it, you don't know all the answers, what do you mean? What questions are they being asked?
So the pitch, the major, the minor diameter, but whirling's unique because based on the diameter in the pitch angle or the helix angle, the Vargus Genius will output the code. So a lot of my applications are degrees per minute, and then you also have to set the driven tool angle. With the Vargus Genius, with a couple of minutes, a lot of my customers that utilize that the first time through, you will find that maybe 5-10 minutes to go through, but once you get good at it, 30 seconds to a minute. It's not.
The first time we ran this, Ed and I were at one of his customers, and they said, "Well, we've never had anybody run a good part right off the bat.
Yes.
Usually they'll take 2 or 3 shots at making inserts, and so we'll give you a second chance or a third chance if you need it. We put it in there. Took us a little while to get it set up and going. And the first part was a perfect pitch and diameter.
Yep, perfect form.
Said, we're not sure how you guys did that, but it was a perfect form. Yep. And that goes back to our engineering and our grinding department and the quality that comes out of our Vargus manufacturing facilities.
And the fact that you're using the genius to help come up with all this, I mean, it really is like having an expert at your fingertips.
It's exactly
Absolutely.
right. There's hundreds of thousands of applications involved in that genius. So anything, just about anything, if it's a standard or modified spatial, we have something that's done something close to that application, and then we can go from there. So it's a great help.
Now, we could go on for that, but we've got was another question.
Okay.
Something about whirling. Can you whirl a double lead thread?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so a double lead thread, I've actually been involved in double and quad lead threads. So as long as the pitch of a quad lead will fit within, we have a standard 4mm and an 8mm offering. So if the quad lead will fit within an 8mm 0.312, then we can do that as well. Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Good.
I got a little ahead of myself there, didn't I?
Yeah.
So now I guess we can talk about the new grade. No?
Can you adjust the chamfer on a TMDR?
Yes,
Ooh.
yes. Within so again, back to the Vargus Genius. If you're utilizing the TMDR and you utilize the Vargus Genius, there is a segment of that where you can choose to add a chamfer with that tool. Absolutely.
Excellent.
All right.
I think it's safe now for you to.
I can go to my part. Hey, that's good. So what I wanted to talk about is our new grade, a VT10 grade. It is a multi-purpose grade with a wide range of materials. At Vargus, we like to keep as minimum amount of grades out there so it's not so confusing. You don't have to inventory so much. This stays right in that way of thinking. It's got a brand new substrate. It's got a brand new coating, a new innovative surface treatment. This grade is in the same range, but just a little bit harder and tougher than the VTX is one of our most popular inserts we sell out there right now. And the VTX will still be around, but this is the newer, improved. We like to always keep improving our products at all time. It comes in all popular sizes and pitches. It comes in internal and external. It comes in 3/8 and 1/2 inch sizes, and it's rapidly becoming the premium threading choice of all shops needing high performance while threading out there right now. So,
How long has this been out there?
this has been out there since about mid-year of 2024. It's just coming out. It's going strong right now.
Can I take a second?
Sure.
Welcome, Tal. We just
cheers.
welcoming
Yes.
Tal right in.
Tal
to
come
the
in
bar.
and sit with us and talk for a little bit.
Ed is stepping out,
He is our product manager helping us.
and he's already got a glass of bourbon.
I'm all set. This is
So
very
I
strong.
wanted to go over a couple of little test reports, give you the highlights of them about our new VT10 grade. It's an ever expanding. We're filling out the range. And we got inventory in Janesville, Wisconsin, in LA, in Houston. So we're getting more and more of it over here at all times. And if you need some help, even if you're using a Vargus grade now, that's a new product we can offer right now. So the first tool report I have is about a 3/4 16 UN by 1.25 long in a 1045 material. So it's a good alloy machine. They wanted to run a plug and play. As a plug and play is you run the same speed, feed, and passes as you were doing before, and they're just checking for tool life. That's what that means. So we ran at 450 surface feet. The competitor was a standard C2 grade versus our VT10. We both took 7 passes. And the competitor was doing 750 pieces per edge. We ended up doing 1,252 pieces per edge. Like I said, at the same exact parameters as they were running before. So that was almost a 40% cost savings. Then the next one is in stainless steel. and it was a 1.25 by 11.5 MPT by 17 millimeters long. So it was a 304 stainless steel. And then this one, we could adjust the speeds and feeds. The competitor was running 94 surface feet, and we started at 115 by using the suggestions from the Genius. That's how we come up with all our speeds and feeds. The competitor was doing 17 passes, and we only did 14 passes. And then the competitor got 90 pieces, we have 155 pieces. And what the big thing was, we reduced the cycle time from 22 seconds down to 15 seconds, and they were doing over 400,000 parts. That's a big multiplier. I don't think I can do that in my head, but that's a lot of minutes. So a very, very good success right there. So the new VT10 grade is a really, really exciting new grade for us, and we'll keep expanding and bringing more and more in at all times. So let us know.
Joe, I want to add to that actually that I think when they first started researching and developing this VT10 grade, and it took over 2 years to develop and expand on what we have for the VTX. They were just trying to improve tool life. So this is very interesting that you're actually bringing up test reports where not only tool life was improved, it's actually, you're reducing cycle times, you're reducing the time it takes to machine a part, so you're saving the customer both on that on both ends, and also one other thing, and I think you touched on it, but I'll just expand a little bit, is that there's a much wider range of toughness and hardness that the VT10 covers these days. So the VTX is great, and it's still a go-to grade, but the VT10 is, that's a different level, and we definitely took it up a notch this time.
Yes, it is definitely an exciting new grade to try. We're running it in the oil fields in Texas. We're running it in aerospace out west. We're running it in the standard manufacturing and automotive. It's working everywhere right now, so it's a really good grade.
You said, and this is off the cuff here, but you mentioned there's a coating and a new hardening process.
It's
reflected in that little video. It looked like steam, but what's? Can you talk about that at all, or is that proprietary?
Well, I really don't know how they've done it. What they did is they come up with a new substrate, and then they come up with a new coating process, and the engineers work on this all the time. So come up with the best. Then you do a special post grind, or a grind and a post treatment on it, and a polish. So all those go together, come up with a new super grade, and that's basically what this is. So
it's also the type of coating process. There are so many stops along the way for that little insert, and each stop along that way is a different technology that can be used and improved. And that's basically what they've done, is try to divide it into these little stops and see where this can be improved generally to bring the customer a better performance, better grade.
At Vargus, we have the latest and greatest grinders. We have the latest and greatest on the market coating machines, ovens out there. So anything that we can, we try in our lab. We have great engineers working on this all the time, come up with a new, better product every time. We keep constantly improving our own product.
Will it VT10 work on duplex steel?
Oh, yes. We run in some duplex down in Houston. It works very good. You actually run it at about 20 or 30% normal, faster than a normal VTX, which runs very good in it. So, yes, so far we've had very good test results in duplex.
This isn't meant to replace the VTX in it by any means, but there might be cases where somebody might want to upgrade.
Everybody should think about upgrading and saving money. That's what we do. Will it replace VTX? I doubt it. That is a huge, huge grade we do a lot with. Will it replace some of it? Sure it will. And also, everybody wanting to go faster and faster. And you got to get a better grade to go faster. That's what we come up with. So I can't tell you it's going to replace it all, but it will replace some of it.
It's not
But
intended to replace
It's not
it, is all.
intended to
Yeah.
completely replace. You know, and we're not going to stop making VTX anytime soon.
Right, okay.
So
Good.
I think that's all about what I have. Hal, I think you got some exciting
You're
news.
going to show some stuff?
Yeah, I'm going to show some new stuff ahead of 2025. This is a good time to start, even though we're at the end of 24, right? But
Well,
Yeah, we got a few days left.
we got a few days before everyone takes
Always
a little
look
time
forward.
off,
Always
right?
look forward.
Exactly. So I'm actually I'm showing our website, and as you can see, we've updated it. And one of the things that the last time I was here, I talked about that's coming up is 2 new product lines, and we're very excited about that. We have the new V-Mill and V-Drill product lines, and Tim actually brought up the video, so you can see that as I'm talking. These are brand new product lines. This is what Joe and Ed were talking about earlier, where Vargus is expanding its range to go beyond threading. We're offering many threading solutions, and we're expanding that as well, but we're also going to different directions where Vargus is your one-stop shop for many of the tools. Today, I am pleased to share with you the V-Mill and V-Drill for end mill, solid carbide end mills and solid carbide drills. This is something major for Vargus, where we're covering end mills specifically for the miniature and dental industry and medical industry as a first stage. Same with the drilling. And I can actually show you the range here on our website if you want to jump to that, Tim.
Also, these are premium grades and a premium grind
Definitely.
with a high-tech coating. It's a
Yes.
little bit different than what the normal thread mill or end mills and drills out there. It's something that Vargus is pretty proud of the new innovative grades and carbide that we're using on this. So it's very interesting.
I have what I hope is an easy question here. Is this part of Genius as well?
It's still not part of the Genius. We're still working on that. It is on our website. It will be offered in a Genius where we will also offer solutions for grooving and the entire Groovix line that we had discussed earlier. So up until now, the Genius was really focused on the threading, especially when it comes to thread milling, where you got to get the G codes and everything. So that's very important, but we're going to expand it to cover everything. Yeah, so in milling, we are covering, I can show on our website the entire range of applications that we're covering, right? Whether it's slot milling or small parts ramping, etc. And this is going to expand dramatically in the next couple of months. This is actually what our team in Israel is working on right now, is basically preparing all the materials for all these products that are coming out. And you can see the products online in the Vargus USA shop. And what you can tell here is the number of flutes, the whether there's coolant, all the dimensions, and of course, applications and the material that it works on. As you mentioned, Joe, this is for steel, for stainless, and high temp alloys, titanium, really critical for medical and small parts machining. And of course, we're going to expand that to general machining, so that'll cover aluminum, cast iron.
And I think we're going up to a certain size with this offering. I think it was 10 millimeter, if I'm right. And then we're going to go larger and more flutes later on.
That's
So
right.
this is coming out here in the beginning of 2025. And then we'll have more offerings, more complete stocking material here in the United States. We'll stock it in Janesville, Wisconsin. So it's a very exciting time. Like I said, we're more than a threading company anymore. We used to be the threading company. we can't quite say that now. We're the Threading Company Plus now.
Right,
Plus,
exactly.
that's a popular term these days. Plus,
Right.
Everybody's looking at a plus. So do we. CT plus.
So
But-
we're still the threading company, but we offer much more than that. And as you said, right now in drilling, we're going 5 times the diameter, but we'll expand that to 12 times the diameter in just a couple of months. If we're talking about threading, let's show another expansion that we have, and that is the gauges. The external and internal gauges, go, no go, something small, maybe minor, but extremely, extremely important. We've had customers talk about that for ages, right,
Right.
Joe?
And it's the whole idea is to get a good gauge, you make a good product. So these gauges are all certified. All of them are marked, and you can print out a certification on every gauge you buy from us.
Right.
So it's a high quality, very, very good gauges. And like I said, your threads are only as good as your gauging checking it.
So actually, it's pretty cool. Right on each box, there's a QR code. You can just scan the QR, and that's where you'll get your certification. So, and each one of these is certified, ISO certified. Really important. I'm actually showing up the available range that we have right now. We will probably expand that, but for now we have it for isometric, American UN, BSP, and NPT for those conical threads, and we're going up to 1 inch in diameter for those, and M36 for the ISO. One last thing, unless we have some questions, is a sneak preview that I want to share with you right ahead of.
I'm not even sure what this is. You haven't even showed me yet.
Yeah, right. This is really brand new, out of the box. We've shared it with a few of our internal people. It's going to come out right at the beginning of 2025. That is the TMSD helical offset tools. So the TMSD is a very popular.
Is that what we're looking at?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
it is. It's a very popular product lines of economical indexable inserts and holders. And what the R&D department has done is taken that and completely redesigned it.
So it looks like this is in a helical design. It's going to be a more stable cut. It's going to be a better tool life because of the stability and more free cutting. So anytime you can add those type of features into a tool, that really get great results.
Yep, it's excellent. It's an excellent tool. It's been tested on a range of materials. We have it in a completely new grade called the VB10. You get the similarity, so you understand that it's the thread milling grade, similar to VT10. The holders are brand new and have a unique pocket design for better rigidity, better stability, which results in better performance, as you said, Joe. And one of the
Especially when you're doing deep holes.
Yeah.
This is a real deep thread is hard to do.
Yep.
And make sure it's straight, no taper in it, good threads all the way to the bottom. This really helps you in a deep hole situation.
Right, and it's a great economical solution. And now it's also cutting twice as fast when you are able to use those 2-row holders. So it's a great new solution, and we're very excited about it. We know the market has been looking forward to this new type of tool, and we're looking to expand that also in 2025 beyond the 5L mini inserts to larger pitches. So it's
And
very
this
cool.
is this now, can it be ordered, or as soon as we get into the first quarter?
I would say that you can definitely start asking about this with your Vargus reps, definitely. But
I'm going to say it's going to be closer probably to the first part of the second quarter.
right
Before we
till
get
you
things in
up
stock,
and everything.
get everything in stock like that. New products sometimes takes a little while to get going,
Yeah.
But
Sure.
if there's an opportunity, we'll try to get you a test tool as quick as possible. We all want to see how this runs. It runs great in Israel over there. we need to see how it runs here in good old America.
Well, I appreciate your announcing this and telling everyone about it on our podcast.
Right,
This is
we're
great.
going out on a limb here, but it's exciting, and we're very confident with this tool. It's a very cool tool, and we think it's going to do great. And yeah, let's get this test going.
Will you offer it in a shell mill?
Not at the moment.
No.
Yeah.
So
All right. Well, it's fantastic that
Well,
you're using
I
our
believe we
podcast.
have signed up, and we're going to do some more podcasts with you
Yeah.
here at CTE.
I've
And-
heard that rumor.
Yeah. So I know
it's
some
exciting.
of this new products, we will have more information, more product, or PDAs, we call them product announcements. So it's something that we're looking forward to. And like I said, we're more than just a threading company anymore. And so it's kind of what we had to talk about today, Dennis. And we really appreciate you letting us come in and talk to you.
Yeah, I didn't go anywhere. I'm just always sitting here behind the bar drinking bourbon, and you guys happen to show up here today.
Well, it's always a good time, right?
It is. No, I hope our audience is learning a great deal. It's a lot of information. Yeah, we did a recap of the whole year today, but
Yeah.
it
And
also
we kinda
got some
wanna do a-
brand new information and some unexpected information.
Yeah, right.
Which, well, again, thank you for sharing that.
Well, we wanted to, like I said, recap what we've talked about in case somebody missed an episode or anything like that, and get on here and say best wishes for everybody. Hope everybody has a great holiday season, Merry Christmas, and a great 2025.
Yeah, we have
Cheers.
anybody else have a question out there, you let me know. But is it thread pitch specific, the TMDR tool?
It is. We do have a few tools offered as partial profile, but in order to create the thread, you pretty much have to do a thread specific, either isometric, American UN, I think we have NPT and BSP as well.
Yeah. And unlike the TMSD,
Right.
that you can do different pitches
Right.
because it's a partial profile and it's a 60-degree thread within some range. You can do different ones on that. So it's a different type of tool. So sometimes it has limitations, but those limitations makes very good performance value. That's how you look at that.
Actually, we also have trapeze for these tools as well, the Acme and trapeze. So you can go even larger pitches, and like the more square type pitches,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool as well. So if you're looking for that, it's kind of a unique solution. It's a unique issue, but we still got it covered.
What are the largest sizes, diameters, pitch for the gauges?
So it's a 1-inch diameter for the American UN, NPT, and BSP, and we go up to M36 for the isometric.
Good. You're still looking at the
Yeah.
TMSD offset. So, if there's another question that comes in, just interrupt me. But I want to take a second to thank Vargus formally for basically helping Cutting Tool Engineering get the Bourbon with the Editor podcast off the ground. It is. I'm not going to say we have the most success of any podcast. We certainly don't, but it's been effective for us to get information out. And we have a number of other companies that will be joining us in the near future. We have Jargus and Conveyor Solutions that will be here beginning of January.
Sure.
Well, maybe this was a little strong. I'm halfway through 2025 already. And Castrol is another company that we're going to be inviting in here and discussing their technology for
That's great. That's great.
lubricants, and it's just going to be an interesting year. And there's more than that. Don't want to go into the whole thing, but if there's been one really nice part of 2024, it's been doing these podcasts. They're just fun, and honestly, we try to make it as casual as we can. We try to cover information. We try to make it technical when we can. It's not always easy talking in front of a camera, but But
We're
these
getting
guys,
used to it.
these guys are getting used to it. Any feedback anyone has out there, welcome to entertain whatever you have to say. Any notes that you have for us to help improve everything. But
Well, we want to
Meanwhile-
thank you, the whole team, Tim, Billy, yourself, everybody, our guys in the back, Josh and Will, Ed, Phil, all the guys that come in from Vargus, everybody. So it's been a really good year for us.
and Scott Golden, let's not
Don't want to
forget
forget.
mentioning
Don't
Scott.
want to forget the boss.
And he does love a good bourbon, so
That's true.
I just have to throw that in there. And you know what? This is what brought this whole thing together.
That's
this
right.
Bourbon. So happy holidays to everyone. Merry Christmas.
Christmas,
Whatever
happy
holidays that
holidays.
you might be celebrating.
Yep.
I hope everyone enjoyed our little decorations, holiday
Oh,
decorations
very
in the
cool.
background here.
Very nice. Very festive.
That's as much as we get to do around here. It's been a great year, and we're looking forward to a great 2025. So cheers to you guys.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.